haven't subscribed, I love you anyway, but would you please?
And welcome back to this U.S. Open office plan.
Miller just lobbed a message way over Jones's head using some technical jargon.
Oh, and Jones brings the heat with a per my last email. Advantage Jones.
Looks like both sides are gonna need Grammarly to get through this rally.
Grammarly is an AI writing partner that helps you sound like the best version of yourself. And that's what we need to see here today. Oh, and now Miller's taking a technical doc and asking Grammarly to rewrite it. Just look at that. It's so much shorter and much easier to understand.
And now she's serving it over to Jones in a blazing fast email. She tossed it up to Grammarly to get a quick first draft.
What an angle. Let's see if it makes the difference. It's love all, but does Jones feel it?
Yes.
Jones is sending the updated doc to the VP. And it's in.
Incredible. She aced it. And now the team can finally move forward.
Thanks to Grammarly, every word you write helps you reach your goal.
Download Grammarly for free.
For being here. If you've subscribed, I love you to death. If you haven't subscribed, I love you anyway, but would you please? Good morning. I have another shout out video. I didn't do it yesterday, but I did shout out in my post. I'm shouting out those people again today in the video because y'all are spectacular and I love you. There is, first off, we're going to go with, oh my gosh, I have my list here. Here we go. North Pole, Alaska. My dear, we need to get to that live because I've got to get over this nervousness, and I don't know, I feel like you and I could handle it. So, when you're not traveling, my traveling friend, if you have time, maybe we could get together, get that done, maybe. I know after Christmas, obviously. I'm not trying to impede on festivities because I have my own, I guess, to deal with too. Mary, she is so great. Y'all, you gotta go listen to her, okay? Sister from another mister, I swear. She's awesome. If you're looking for somebody you need a common ground with because, they just get it, she's the one. Love you, girl. You're awesome. I'm serious. I've watched your videos, and sometimes I feel like you're talking as me. Seriously, because life sucks sometimes and we just gotta make the best of it, and it looks to me like you got it, girl. You got it down. And believe me, there's been a lot of times that I've watched these videos that I've like, you know what, oh my gosh, she is so right. And it's true, okay? I feel the same way, honey, and I'm not gonna specify because all of it, okay? I love you, girl. I love you. Right here next to you, okay? Always. Abby Normal, my scratching queen. I love you, honey. I don't know. You've been through so much, and I'm so sorry for that, but you know what? I am so glad I met you when I did, because you're just very inspirational to me. Life is hard, you know? We come upon things that'll break us easily, and I'm just very, I admire your strength. You have so much strength. So much strength. You know, and you and Ellen Smile, both of you guys, I've never felt or seen or wanted so much courage. You guys just, I feel bad about my Christmas not being what it should be. And you guys are amazing. You're kicking life in the butt, okay? You know what? You're owning it. You're doing what you can to keep you happy. And baby girl, Abby Normal, if scratching is it, then honey, do it. You know what? I am guilty, once upon a time, of buying a whole freaking stack of them. I mean, a brand new pack just opened up, okay? If that's what makes you happy, do it. Do it. And have the puppy beside you, okay? I've got 3, and one of them is always right here. So, I feel you, girl. I'm right here for you, okay? Cassie Kitchen Creations. Oh my gosh, I never ever watch a video and don't walk away hungry. I'm serious. The food, okay? The food. I know you just hit your 1,000 subscribers and all that other stuff, but you know what? I would love to come and stand in your kitchen and learn from you, because you just got some very, it's southern here. Everything has a base, you know, and usually it's gravy. That's the base. So, honestly, okay, I would love to learn some new ways of cooking stuff. My granny, my mama, they were great cooks. They were great cooks. But you know what my favorite kind of food is? It's not southern, FYI, okay? No, I love Chinese food. And with my sick belly, you better believe I can put me down some sweet and sour chicken. Honey. But man, I think it was like sausage balls or something I saw the first time. It was like the first time. You got so many that I've looked at. But, oh my gosh. I have to try those for Christmas, if nothing else. I mean, I don't know if I even get to that point. Excuse my phone. Anyway, better go on down the line. We're already in 5 minutes of a very long video because I have a very long list. You guys are awesome. I just want you all to know that I care and that I'm here and that I support you for supporting me. Because, I mean, we may not be sub for sub. Please, if you don't like what you watch on my channel, don't sub me. It's okay. I need somebody, though, that's going to watch the videos. It's not for everybody. I am not for everybody. But let me tell you this. Even if I'm not for you, I love you anyway. It's the South, baby. We love everybody. Come on over. I'll grab you some sweet tea. Dr. Pepper if you prefer. That's mine. But, okay, next one. Creating change. I put this in my post yesterday, and I'm going to read it again. Music and foil hats, man. Foil hats. I need me a foil hat. Have you seen what's going on? Oh my gosh. You know what? I came from a long background of music, okay? I hate telling anybody anything about me. Years of lessons. I have at least 12 years of private voice lessons, and I found out in 2020 when my mother passed away that she had every receipt from every voice lesson she ever paid for, okay? Yeah. So when I find music when I find people who like music, I mean, it's like on another level as far as family, you know, especially when it's music I like. You got a great voice, man. A great voice. And I really like the full hats. I like how you were whispering in that video. And I especially loved it about how you were worried your wife's going to catch you with the full hat on. That's why I need one. That's why I need one. That's crazy. Okay, next one. Tarita Jones. Beauty, style, and yummy food, baby girl. Wow. Man. I'm trying to be funny over here. That's just one. You got beauty, style, and some yummy food. We need to talk. I need a sister. I love you, girl. Keep going. You are doing phenomenal. Speaking of phenomenal, no, I'm not going to forget my brother. There you are again, being phenomenal. Merry Christmas to you and your family. And I hope you all get what you want for Christmas. You deserve it. You worked hard for it, honey. Now, let's see. MK Paranormal Files. The coolest paranormal activities and gamer dude I've seen in a while. Seriously. Yes, it was the Paranormal Files that got me interested, but let me tell ya, I used to be pretty good at League of Legends a couple of years ago. And I love me some Final Fantasy. Oh, love me some Final Fantasy. You ever heard of, let me get back here in the day. You're probably too young for this, get a little Sega on you. You ever heard of Legend of Dragoons? How about I go back before your time? Phantasy Star, spelt with the PH. Yes, I'm an old gamer girl. Don't feel bad about it, not at all. You know, I went to college to be a computer programmer. Mostly because I wanted to make games, and then life happened, and that didn't get to happen, and anyway. Gamer girl. Yeah, GameStop's my home away from home. Let me just put it out there. Yes, PS5, PS4, PS3. Guess what? I have a PS1 too. You know what I used to have? Oh my god, that I wish I still had. A TV with a Nintendo in it. Best thing ever. Seriously, man. Anyway, okay, better get on from that. Because the paranormal, if that gets me, y'all, go watch my video. You can see my mom talking to me in the morning. Hand to God, y'all. I'm not gonna lie about something like that. Fresh batteries. Okay? Fresh batteries. Because my granddaughter was coming back over, okay? See, I can't talk when I don't have a script. Anyway, go look at my chair. Okay, go look at the kids' chair in my list, alright? It's in the probably, I don't think it's in any group. I don't know where it's at, but it's there, okay? That's me and my mama talking. No joke. Now, next one. The Maverick and Haley place. The puppies that I just can't live without. Oh my gosh, they're wiener dogs. Oh my god. I used to have one. His name's Buster. And, well, he's buried out at the farm. He was an old man when I got him. He was a rescue dog, and he was the best. And my very, very best friend, God, I wish she knew that. I wish Jonna was around. I really do. And I keep saying her name, hoping that maybe she'll show up. She might. I miss her. Anyway. Yeah. He was the coolest dog ever, and he had a sweater that said "bad to the bone," and he loved that sweater, and he just got old. His back was bad. Twice he was kind of paralyzed for a little while. He couldn't walk anywhere. I had to take him out. I had a little strap that I had for his belly and all kinds of stuff. He was an old dog. He lived a good life, though. Okay, before I cry. I got another one. Her name is, I'm just going to pull it out as the Vixen.
It's XIII, but let me tell you something. I've never seen such a young lady be so intelligent, and she's got a lot to share that is, I mean, for every age and for every background. And she just seems like she's got her head on her shoulders, and being that young, you guys, you know this, we don't see that often. So I would really like y'all to go out and help support her, because this girl's got this. I'm just amazed. I really am. I mean, I have some pretty good kids too, okay? I got 3 great kids that got their heads on their shoulders. So, you know, it's like, I hope her mom and dad know that they did a good job. I really do. You're wonderful, little girl. Pardon me, young lady. Not little girl. I'm sorry. That was rude. Texas, y'all. But, young lady, you're amazing. You've got your head on your shoulders, and you're going to have a beautiful future. And I'm so proud to know you at this age, so I can watch you bloom and grow. It's amazing. You go, girl. You go, girl. Yeah. Okay, one more I kept for last, because I ended up staying in this live chat the other day way past my bedtime. And y'all, you know I'm up at 4 o'clock in the morning usually. I got to sleep in the next day. Thank you. His name is Big Jack 7707. Excuse my phone. That's Big Jack 7707. And I was so pleasantly surprised. I always go to my mentions. Y'all should go to your mentions, because you probably missed my shout out. But in your mentions, it says when somebody mentions you, somebody does a shout out for you, right? Okay, I go to there because I go every day to check for Nemo, brother, to mention me, so I can go and make sure that, I say thank you. Well, I had a new one. Somebody I hadn't met, not personally. I mean, on here, obviously. And I didn't know that had, seen my videos or anything. It was wow. It was a nice surprise. Sorry. Yeah, that was creepy. My computer just went silly. I didn't do what I was supposed to do and move the mouse. Anyway, lost my light. I'm sure I could edit that out if I wanted to. I don't care. Jack, Big Jack, 7707. Shout out and your kindness. I'm sorry if I monopolized the live conversation. But I stopped myself quite a few times because I didn't want to impede on anybody else's questions or anything like that. But it was a great conversation, and I really enjoyed that, and I got a lot of insight from that too. Not a lot of people you can go and just type your whole life out to in 2 seconds and have them give you an answer that you can walk away with happily. And I did on quite a few things. And seriously, that was the best live chat I've been in a while. I have to admit, I miss being in Tashmir's, but I've been so busy, and her hours and my hours kind of conflict a little bit. I try to grab it when I can. I do go and watch them, though. My sister, she's like probably the first wonderful person I met on here that was, somebody I've kept around. And her and Nemo and Draven and Ellen Smile, Down the Road, Rising Phoenix, Joe Remington now. Again, another shout out because I'm putting y'all all in here. It's nice to have such a nice little community. I feel like, I got family. I do. I really do. We help each other, in the best way possible, because I think YouTube should be like a mental health platform, because I could be doing a lot worse today than I am, but watching some of y'all's stories and listening to your lives and knowing that I'm not the only one out here having this, that helps. And to everybody that I just named and more that I haven't named, all of you, every one of you, thank you. I have 182 this morning. 182. I've only been here since the end of October. You guys are phenomenal. Like Mr. Phenomenal himself. Nemo, look what you did, man. You brought us all together and gave us wings. Thank you, all of you. I'm gonna go. This is my last video I'm gonna post or take for today. I don't post it all the time when I say, but I love you. Merry Christmas if I don't see you again. I'm so sorry that if I don't get the chance to watch your videos, that I promise during, holidays, I will definitely come back and watch them twice. Love you guys. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Take care. Hello, lovely. How are ya? Good to see ya. This video is going to be just a tad bit different. You know me. I like my videos. I do post a lot. I think I might be losing people because I post too much. Slowing down a little. That's what we're doing. And we are slowing down to appreciate today. Guys, I have finally made 150 subscribers, and believe me, this has been a job that I love, because I've had so many people come back and they needed that laugh that day, that one thing that just hit home with them. Okay, guys, that's what I want this for. That's what my jokes are about, plain and simple. I just want to make you smile. This world needs a lot more smiles. We can't deny that, okay? Now, I have some people that help me keep those smiles. I have one that has smile in her name, and she makes me smile on the daily. If you guys happen to get likes and no comments, I guarantee you I'm part of one of those. When our best buddy Nemo goes up there and he puts your name up there and all that stuff, guys, I do go in there. I like everything. I do watch videos from beginning to end. I don't always put something on there, but I do like, and I do watch to the end. Those are probably the more important parts. I'll be honest with you, okay? I have a granddaughter. I do Instacart. I have an Etsy store. I have an eBay store, which, by the way, if you'd like to buy anything, all that information is in this video. Donations, I do have a Buy Me a Coffee link in the bio. You know, it's Christmas. We all could use a little help. It would help if my money wasn't tied up right now. But to ensure my husband and I stay retired, you know, some of us, we have money, it's just tied up, and we can't untie that because our future depends on it. So I'm just trying to make this Christmas the best I can for my granddaughter. If anybody wants to send her a coffee, you know, decaf, obviously. I run into some problems like we always do. Everybody does at Christmas time. You know, my Jeep needs some major work right now, and I'm an Instacart driver. That's my job. It's limping right now, so I'm working on that too, slowly, because I can't work in it at the moment. So, yeah. Anyway, back to my original subject, because I'm already 3 minutes into this video and I haven't even said how much I absolutely love these people, okay? There are some new that I've just met in this past week, but there are some that I met on day one, and let me tell you, this community, this family has given me this new drive, because, like I said, I like giving y'all the smiles. I really do. I mean, who wouldn't, right? That's why you see me in my get up today. No, it's because I'm freezing my butt off, y'all. It's cold in here. And in about, oh, I don't know, 2 hours, I'll be sweating it off. So it's a good balance here. Okay, so since the beginning, and I'm going to try and go in some kind of an order because I need you to know you guys are amazing, okay? And I need you to know those people that first got me going here, okay? You guys, you've been my rock. We may not talk a lot. We may not be like this kind of buddies, you know, sharing some sweet tea together. But I love you guys. You're amazing. And I want to thank you for helping me get my foot in the door and then helping me take that first step, because here I am. Now, if I could just get over my fear of doing live. Yeah, I can barely do a video and somebody wants me to go live. Anyway. Start here, Tashmir. My sister. I love you, honey. I miss you. I really do. Draven, my man. You are going quick. Dude. Wow. Already over 100. Catching me up, man. That's okay. Come on. Let's go together. I'm so proud of you, dude. I'm so proud of you. You commented on one of my videos one time, and I was like, man, this guy's something. I gotta have him. And here you are in my community. Love you, man. Love you. Now, Nemo. Nemo, Mr. Phenomenal. And there's no other word for him. Nemo Phenomenal. Because he is, y'all. Come on, y'all all know this. If you don't know this, go find out. He's good to you. He's very good to you. In fact, he's too good. Okay? Let me tell you something about Nemo. Boy, he works hard. He works hard for his family. He works hard for his life. I mean, fingers to the bone hard. And that is no joke. Okay? That's one thing I will not joke about. Nemo goes hard. Man has dedication and loyalty coming out his ears, okay? And because of that, because I've been a noticeable participant in his family, he has, in return, gifted me time. Time. Come on, guys. That has got to be the best gift anybody could ever give you. Seriously, okay? The man works. He takes his breaks with us, okay? He goes home, might get a little bit of sleep, but he got to get right back up, or he's going to stay up for a while before he does go to sleep. Just so he can be who he is right here, right now. There ain't another good kind of man like that out here, I can tell you that right now, that doesn't know, or pardon me, that does know that he's doing something special, but he has no idea how special it is. Yeah, because he's not just getting subs. He's getting friends. He's getting family. He's networking all of us that have this... the same crazy, okay? Let's put it that way. We all have the same crazy. It resonates within him, within his family, and he is phenomenal. I've ranted and raved about you now, Nemo. You better hear me. You, sir, are truly the phenomenal one. Yes, we helped you get there, but do you understand that isn't for some of us? I'm not going to speak for everybody, okay? I'm not going to speak for anybody but me, but I can think that there's somebody out there that's thinking this way too. The fact that you got monetized, baby boy, this is not our fault. This is not our doing. This is you, man. This is you. This is the person that you first put out on that video, that live feed, that text post. It's you that brought all these people together. It's you that monetized yourself because you went hard, period. I haven't been in this for very long. I will be as honest as I can here. I had never done YouTube videos until a little over a month ago. My son plays games. He's usually on Twitch. I've been on there. But he plays games, and he's pretty much faceless at this point. But I know a little bit. And I know enough to say that even after all these years, here I have passed him up. And the reason I did that is because I tried following your example, Mr. Phenomenal. Your example. Going hard. Being there for each other. I go in and I can guarantee you, if he posts text, he shares the website on his breaks. I go to that website. I watch that video from beginning to end. And let me tell you, 9 times out of 10, I'm hitting a new sub. Because, yeah, that's exactly the kind of content I want to see. You can't find exactly the kind of content you want unless you're around exactly the kind of people you want, right? And Nemo, he made this circle around him. And he says, okay, grow. And look, here we are, all of us. So let's give this man his due, okay? Because I've talked about him for 5 minutes now. Love you, man. Please don't change, okay? If you're going to change, just do maybe one thing for all of us. Get some more rest, man. We love you. We want to see your face as often as possible. But we can't do that if you're wearing yourself out. I heard you woke up. Had to call out because you was hurt. I know that was a rough thing for you to do because I know your work ethic. So, listen. Take a break. We understand. And we love you anyway. And you know, if we were all there, we'd be over there trying to punch that sucker out of that muscle. Take a break, man. You deserve it. You're the best. I'm going to get down to my list again before I run out of my time because I'm trying to keep it slow and low. Now, the next one I have is that smile I was talking about earlier. Ellen Smile. Ellen Smile. The best smiles I've ever seen. You guys, I love you. I'm here with you always. If it doesn't look like I'm there seeing your videos, I swear to God, I am there. I am there. Because y'all give me hope. Okay? I know every outcome doesn't turn out the way we want it to. And when we know the outcome, what's about to happen, anytime, years from now, minutes from now, we do what we can to get through it and to make it to that point and then be prepared for that point and then beyond, which, no, you can never be fully prepared for what you're going through. And I love you, girl. I'm standing right next to you every single day, holding your hand, telling you I love you and it's going to be okay. And I'm here for you. I am, okay? You know, there's every time, I believe I have my email address up there, or shoot me a message if you just want to talk, okay? If you want to write me an email and just get some stuff off your shoulders, honey, I am here. And for both of you, I love you, both of you. And I feel like God has given me the blessing here because I get to walk this with you. And I do. On a daily basis. I swear it. I do. If you get a like and you see somebody's watched your video all the way through, let me tell you, if it's not Mr. Phenomenal, it's me. Now, I should give that more time, but listen, guys, I don't want to start crying because I feel I am empathic, obviously, but I feel so very strongly about how beautiful the relationship and just the light that is around Ellen's smile. And I'm sending you all the love and light I can, sweetheart. I really am. Okay. I do have some cool new ones that, guys, I am mentioning because you guys have been so cool with me, okay? I've been struggling here lately, you know, YouTube jail apparently is a real thing, and just losing some people, gaining some people. Like my sister says, just making room for better, and she's so right. I might go through this list a little bit quicker, but I do want to say, guys, if you need good people in your life, these are some good people you can put in there, okay? Now, Silver Moon 916, thank you for your comments. Thank you so much for your encouragement. I have Cool Gamer 223. I know you're a kiddo, and let me tell you, kiddo, I really, really appreciate your comments and your courage to come and comment on an adult site. Anyway, it's not adult per se, but you know, some kids think older jokes are stupid. Okay, I'm just gonna say it. But I love you for supporting me. Thank you so very much. Your parents are awesome. I'd love to shake their hand. You're a good kid. Now, down the road, a new one, a good one. You guys, he's pretty cool. Pardon me, I'm gonna do this while I'm plugging my battery in. Stupid. Anyway, yes, down the road. He's a pretty cool guy. You know, there's something I want to say about that one real quick, too. Okay? Because my mom, I just noticed it. It's kind of funny, okay? My mom, when I was, I guess, about 6 years old, used to bartend at a little bar in the middle of town on Main Street. Literally Main Street, okay? And it was like one of those family places, you know, bar and grill kind of thing. Only they didn't have a whole lot of food or nothing. But you'd go out there and play with games and stuff like that. And there's shuffleboard, there's pool table, there's darts, you know, all that stuff. Pinball machines, stuff like that. But this little bitty hole in the wall bar and grill that my mother used to tend bar for, and my grandmother and grandfather used to spend half their weekends at, it was called Down the Road Club. So that's pretty cool. You stood out there for me real quick. So I think that was my first thought. But go watch the videos, guys. Man's got a lot to say, a lot of good things to say, and I think you should hear it. So, down the road, man, thanks for all your comments, for your support. And hey, y'all, go check him out. He's really cool. Now, I don't, Notion Nouse, I'm sorry, I'm NOTION NOUSE 9786. I don't want to butcher that. I just want to thank you for your support, for your comments. You've been awesome. I really appreciate it. Now, A couple more. These are fairly new. Well, one of them is Rising Phoenix. Love you. Love you. Thank you so much for all your comments and actually watching my videos and making comments that make sense, because there's not a lot of that out there. I've had my share of good comments, and yeah, I've had a couple of bad comments. In fact, I just made a post about one the other day, and I just kill them with kindness. Y'all, I don't know how to tell you to do it. Kill them with kindness, okay? God, this video's up to 20 minutes. Anyway, Rising Phoenix. The comments are always perfect, okay? Thank you so much for them and for your support. I love watching your videos too. You've got so many different things that make me think about things. It's just great. Thank you so much. Now, and this last but not least, only last because this is the latest that I found. He is, y'all, just like my friend Draven. I'm gonna put this one out there. This guy is in it to win it, and you guys should go check him out. I believe it's Joe Remington. Of course, I leave all the links and stuff in here. I promise. I've got it all. I'm looking at the list of everything that I typed out that I want to put at the end of my description so that you guys will see, and so they will get their shout out that's due them, because y'all, these guys, they're phenomenal too, okay? And I think they'd be a good addition to the whole family. And, I just want to say thank you, if nothing else. If y'all like them, you don't like them, that's all on you. All I know is these are good people. These are my tribe too, And I would love it if you can join our tribe, okay? So, now, 20 minutes, 57 seconds, and counting. I'm going to get off this thing because I'm going to make some more joke videos for y'all, okay? Alright. Love you. Mwah. See you soon.
More Instacart, because that's what I do, right? Yeah, shopping for Instacart orders in Southern grocery store is a whole sport, okay? The other day, I had an order for 27 items.
which doesn't sound too bad, right? Until I saw the list. It was like they just wrote down the contents of their grandma's recipe box. Yeah. 3 pounds okra, 1 jar of pickled pig's feet, and that special kind of flour from the corner aisle of 7. Well, bless it, aisle 7's got 3 corners and none of them have flour. To make matters worse, I ran into that shopper. You know, the one who treats the grocery store like a high school reunion. Yeah, she stopped by me. I was at the potatoes, and she says, "Oh, honey, are you Mary Ellen's niece?" More Instacart, because that's what I do, right? Yeah, shopping for Instacart orders in Southern grocery store is a whole sport, okay? The other day, I had an order for 27 items, which doesn't sound too bad, right? Until I saw the list. It was like they just wrote down the contents of their grandma's recipe box. Yeah. 3 pounds okra, 1 jar of pickled pig's feet, and that special kind of flour from the corner aisle of 7. Well, bless it, aisle 7's got 3 corners and none of them have flour. To make matters worse, I ran into that shopper. You know, the one who treats the grocery store like a high school reunion. Yeah, she stopped by me. I was at the potatoes, and she says, "Oh, honey, are you Mary Ellen's niece? You look just like her." I smiled, bless my heart, and said, "No, ma'am, I'm just trying to find the pimento cheese." 15 minutes later, she told me about her bunion surgery and her neighbor's runaway llama. Haha, llama. Yeah, I almost added a therapy session fee to the order. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's right. See, I'm not going to be the jerk who takes the video.
Alright, so this is going to be your last song. You're going to sing it above your head the entire time. You stop, we start all over, and we absolutely have no trouble. My name is Charlene. I am 24 today. 24? Her 20th anniversary is the 24th. Here we go.
Honey, being an Instacart driver in the South is like going on a treasure hunt. Okay? Except the map is written by someone who's never seen a gravel road. I had a delivery the other day that said, "Turn right at the big oak tree, then left after the chicken coop." Now listen, I love me some local charm, okay? But half the trees in this county are big oaks. Yeah. And every yard's got a chicken coop. Every one. Every single one.
So there I was, driving in circles, counting roosters, trying not to scare the goats, and praying the Wi-Fi gods would bless my GPS.
When I finally found the house, I pulled up to a driveway that looked like it hadn't been paved since Reconstruction, okay? I swear I hit one pothole so deep, I saw the devil waving at me. Just, hi! The customer came out smiling, bless her heart, and said, "Oh, don't mind the bumps, sweetie. That's how we keep the city folk away." No doubt. Well, ma'am, mission accomplished. I ain't coming back unless you're paying for new shocks on my car. ADHD Olympics. That's a porch drop-off. Yeah, delivering groceries with ADHD in the South. It's like trying to balance sweet tea on a unicycle. Last week, I pulled up to a house with 3 dogs barking. Like they just heard the mailman was coming back for revenge or something, you know? I got out of the car, carefully stacked the bags, and remembered halfway to the porch that I left the eggs in the trunk. In the trunk. Yeah, I went back, grabbed the eggs, and saw a squirrel dart across the yard. Naturally, I had to stop and admire how fluffy its tail was, right? And that's when I heard the screen door creak open. The customer poked her head out and said, "Everything okay, darling?" Bless my heart. I was so flustered, I dropped the bag of chips. I scrambled to pick them up and said, "Oh, just making sure your eggs are safe." I left feeling like I'd run a marathon, only to realize an hour later that I forgot to take the picture for proof of delivery. ADHD, where the squirrels always win. Dallas traffic. Y'all don't kill me over this, alright? Dallas traffic isn't just bad. It's biblical. Okay? You leave work on Friday and think you're headed home, but by the time you're halfway there, Moses is parting the HOV lane and handing out snacks. Substitutions and spirals. Y'all, substitutions with ADHD are a whole saga. I know we talked about this before, but this is serious, okay? I had one order the other day where a customer wanted a specific brand of vanilla ice cream, but the store was out. I mean, so what do? Instead of just picking another brand, I stood in the freezer aisle Googling best vanilla ice cream brands ranked, right? Which led to a deep dive into the history of ice cream. Did y'all know it used to be a treat only for royalty? Anyway, by the time I picked something, I'd forgotten the rest of the order and had to backtrack to the bread aisle. Then there was the folks who wanted whatever's cheapest, which sends my ADHD brain into a tailspin. Should I grab the store brand or something on sale? What if they hate store brand? What if they're judging me through the app? I ended up texting the customer 3 times to confirm, only for them to reply with, "Just get something, sweetheart." Dang it, I delivered the groceries and spent the whole drive home wondering if I picked the wrong thing. Every day. You know, ADHD and southern directions, alright? Dang it, y'all. Being an Instacart driver with ADHD is like trying to play hide and seek while someone's moving the goalposts. The other day, I had a delivery to a house described as down the gravel road, turn left at the cow pasture, then keep going till you see the red mailbox. Okay, well, bless my heart. That cow pasture had 3 cows, no sign. And there were 4 mailboxes, none of them read. So there I was, driving up and down the road, getting distracted by all the wildflowers. So pretty. And wondering if cows know they're famous on Chick-fil-A billboards. Yeah. When I finally found the house, I'd realized I'd forgotten to hit the arrive button. So the customer called me thinking I'd disappeared. I apologized, of course, dropped off the groceries, and headed back only to realize I left my sunglasses on their porch. I had to turn around and pray they wouldn't judge me for knocking twice the same day. ADHD, where even simple tasks come with extra laps. Honey, this is not an Instacart skit, but let me tell you, it applies. Even when I'm shopping for myself, which I try not to do. Grocery shopping with ADHD is an Olympic sport, y'all. And I'm barely a bronze medalist, if that. Last week, I went with my own list, okay? 4 things I needed. Just 4. Eggs, milk, bread, and coffee. 4. Just 4. Yeah. Simple, right? Dang it. Bless my little heart. The second I walked in, I spotted a sale on candles. Well, I can't resist a good candle, so I spent 15 minutes sniffing every jar like I was auditioning for Southern Nose. Then I made it to the produce aisle, where I saw a watermelon and thought, wouldn't a watermelon salad be cute for a picnic? Oh, hi, sorry. Yeah, never mind. I had no picnic plans. Into the cart it went. By the time I got to check out, my cart looked like a game of Mad Libs. 2 candles. 2. 1 watermelon. A box of popsicles. And a random pack of batteries. The cashier asked if I'd found everything I needed. I just smiled and said, oh, darn it, I forgot the list at home. Y'all, I got home with 0 coffee, no bread, no clue what I am doing with this watermelon. But hey, at least my house smells like autumn spice. Now, I'm not saying that I'm bad with directions, especially since I do Instacart, but Google said to me yesterday, you know what? Never mind. Let me tell you about Gen X in the South. If something broke, you didn't replace it. You got your ass out there and fixed it. My daddy once held a truck door on with duct tape. No lie. A bungee cord. And what I swear was a piece of an old belt. He said, it ain't pretty, but it works. And he drove that truck for another 5 years. Chores? Lord, if you were Southern and Gen X, Saturday morning wasn't cartoons. It was yard work. My mama would hand me a rake bigger than me and said, get after it. I was out there battling leaves like they owed me money. Y'all, grocery shopping with ADHD is like entering a corn maze, where the corn, every single one of them, every 5 seconds are yelling, buy me, buy me, buy me, buy me. Last week, I headed to the store for just a few things, butter, milk, eggs, simple enough. Wrong. The moment I walked in, the bakery caught my attention. Bread is my weakness, y'all. So all I could smell was the bread. I didn't even need any buttermilk eggs. I grabbed one. It was still warm. There's just no way I was going to walk away without it. Next, I wandered into the barbecue aisle. Yes, there is a barbecue aisle. There was a sale on sauce. Buy one, get one free. I'm in. Bless my heart, I bought 6, actually. Because, what if they never had that sale again? Or they discontinued that kind of barbecue sauce. That's my favorite. One of my favorites. Then I hit the cereal aisle.
Saw a box with a cartoon cow. And all I kept thinking was, that looks like fun. No, it did not matter that I already had 3 boxes of cereal at home, all with really fun characters. But by the time I reached the checkout, my cart was overflowing with beef jerky, a pineapple slicer, and a throw pillow that says, "Bless this mess." When I get home, I realized I'd forgotten the butter, the milk, and the eggs. Y'all, I'm keeping the impulse aisle in business, okay? One chaotic trip at a time. Bless my distracted little heart. I should have just ordered an Instacart, right? Alright, y'all. Now listen. Having ADHD means mornings are an adventure. I can't just wake up like a normal person, no. Oh, no. My alarm clock needs to hit me with a 2-step and some Texas sass. Or cold water. Last week, I thought I'd get fancy and set me up this new sunrise alarm clock. And it's supposed to, gradually light up the room like the sun rising over the cattle ranch. Sounds peaceful, right? Well, it turns out I can sleep through peaceful. So, I tried Plan B. I hooked up my Bluetooth speaker to my phone and setting it to Blair Willie Nelson. Yeah, y'all, I forgot to test it the night before. Morning comes, and instead of On the Road Again, my ADHD brain somehow set it to play Metallica. Let me tell you something. I like Metallica. I do. First concert. Second concert. Love them. But waking up to Enter Sandman at full volume will make you rethink your life choices. I looked over my shoulder and I swear my husband was over there headbanging in his sleep. Yeah, he took me to my first concert and my second. I shot out of bed, tripped over my boots, and knocked over the lamp. My dog ran barking like there was a tornado. I was so startled, I forgot why I even needed to get up in the first place. Ended up making breakfast at 4 a.m. just to calm my nerves. Yeah. Moral of this story: a redneck with ADHD doesn't need an alarm clock. They need Dan Rectory. Bless my heart. I'm just winging it one sunrise at a time. Y'all ever start a story? Forget the punchline about halfway through? Me too. That's my life on loop. I swear I'd lose my head if it wasn't attached. So the other day, I'm driving down to Buc-ee's for some beaver nuggets. Essentials. I had my playlist just blasting up, singing my heart out. Then about 15 minutes in, I realized I wasn't even headed towards the Buc-ee's. Nope. I was on my way to the post office. Why, you ask? Beats me. I didn't even have any mail. So I turned around, but on the way back, I spotted a flea market. Y'all know I can't resist a flea market or yard sale or garage sale or, well, any sale. So I pulled over. I spent about 45 minutes negotiating for a set of mismatched lawn chairs that I absolutely did not need. And then I left without the chairs. I drove halfway home before I realized, wait a second, I was supposed to be getting some beaver nuggets. By the time I got there to Buc-ee's, I was so distracted. I left my wallet in the truck. Cashier looked at me like I'd lost my mind. And honestly, I think she was right. Bless my heart, I got home without the beaver nuggets. And with a bag of snacks I didn't even want. ADHD will take you places, just none of the ones you planned on going. Yeah. What of it? Yeah, I got my pink camo on. It's 40 degrees out there. I'm not gonna let go of something that has fuzzies. What? It's got fun. Yeah, the back zips up too.
Hey, what you doing? Driving with ADHD? It's like listening to a scratch CD. You're skipping all over the place. I'll say, I'm headed to the Piggly Wiggly, but the next thing you know, I'm at the flea market with a bag of boiled peanuts and a hand-carved owl statue. Don't ask me how. It's a scenic route, bless my distracted heart. Hi. Y'all ever tried to clean the kitchen, but by the end of it, you're reorganizing your grandma's recipe box from 1953? Me. ADHD hits harder than a double shot of espresso in a mason jar, y'all. I walked into the pantry for flour, and I came out with glitter. Why? Don't ask me why. I'm still trying to figure out what I was trying to bake. The other day I told myself, self, you're going to stay focused. 15 minutes later, I'm Googling, do possums have dreams? Spoiler alert, they do. Apparently so do I. But mine are about finishing one task without starting 5 others. Oh my God, and laundry. I'll be danged. That's just a game of musical chairs, I swear to God. Okay? The clothes start in the washer, then to the dryer, and then back to the floor, where they become a dog bed. Eventually, I just dig out socks from the clean pile and call it a day. Who's got time to fold when there's squirrels outside chasing each other like it's NASCAR? Another left. I like my squirrels and the monkeys. And y'all, I know ADHD and driving don't mix. I'll be on my way to Walmart for some dog food. Somehow I end up in the Sonic drive-thru with no memory of how I got there. Now I got a cherry limeade and no dog food. And a very judgmental hound staring at me like, we're going to Starbucks, right? Mom, Starbucks, right? Just when you think
Your kids grew up and left the nest. No, they just have more fur. But you know what? ADHD keeps life exciting. I can say that. Sure, I might have forgotten my grocery list, but I'll never forget the possums have dreams. Priorities, y'all, priorities. Mom always told me patience was a virtue. But then she'd honk at anyone who was driving under the speed limit in the passing lane. Yeah, that's the thing about the South. We talk slow, but we live fast. Especially when sweet tea and chicken biscuits are at stake. It's a grocery gauntlet. Y'all, shopping for Instacart orders with ADHD is like going on a scavenger hunt where you forget what you're hunting for halfway through. Yeah, the other day I had a list that included 1 gallon of milk, medium eggs, and organic kale. Sounds simple, right? Dang it. As soon as I stepped in the store, I got distracted by the bakery display. Never mind the smell. Oh my God, bread is my weakness. They had those little cupcakes with sprinkles too that taste like nostalgia, and next thing I knew, I was Googling recipes for homemade frosting and wondering if I should start a bakery. No. By the time I remembered the eggs, I'd wandered halfway to the canned goods aisle and ended up grabbing the wrong size. I had to backtrack twice and still managed to forget the kale. When I checked out, I realized I'd accidentally bought a bag of Doritos for myself and the milk was 2%, not whole. I delivered the groceries with a smile, hoping the customer didn't notice I'd already opened the chips. It's a grocery gauntlet. Y'all, shopping for Instacart orders with ADHD is like going on a scavenger hunt where you forget what you're hunting for halfway through. Yeah, the other day I had a list that included 1 gallon of milk, medium eggs, and organic kale. Sounds simple, right? Dang it. As soon as I stepped in the store, I got distracted by the bakery display. Never mind the smell. Oh my God, bread is my weakness. They had those little cupcakes with sprinkles too that taste like nostalgia, and next thing I knew, I was Googling recipes for homemade frosting and wondering if I should start a bakery. No. By the time I remembered the eggs, I'd wandered halfway to the canned goods aisle and ended up grabbing the wrong size. I had to backtrack twice and still managed to forget the kale. When I checked out, I realized I'd accidentally bought a bag of Doritos for myself and the milk was 2%, not whole. I delivered the groceries with a smile, hoping the customer didn't notice I'd already opened the chips. ADHD Olympics. That's a porch drop-off. Yeah, delivering groceries with ADHD in the South. It's like trying to balance sweet tea on a unicycle. Last week, I pulled up to a house with 3 dogs barking. Like they just heard the mailman was coming back for revenge or something, you know? I got out of the car, carefully stacked the bags, and remembered halfway to the porch that I left the eggs in the trunk. In the trunk. Yeah, I went back, grabbed the eggs, and saw a squirrel dart across the yard. Naturally, I had to stop and admire how fluffy its tail was, right? And that's when I heard the screen door creak open. The customer poked her head out and said, "Everything okay, darling?" Bless my heart. I was so flustered, I dropped the bag of chips I scrambled to pick them up and said, "Oh, just making sure your eggs are safe." I left feeling like I'd run a marathon, only to realize an hour later that I forgot to take the picture for proof of delivery. ADHD, where the squirrels always win. ADHD Olympics. That's a porch drop-off. Yeah, delivering groceries with ADHD in the South. It's like trying to balance sweet tea on a unicycle. Last week, I pulled up to a house with 3 dogs barking. Like they just heard the mailman was coming back for revenge or something, you know? I got out of the car, carefully stacked the bags, and remembered halfway to the porch that I left the eggs in the trunk. In the trunk. Yeah, I went back, grabbed the eggs, and saw a squirrel dart across the yard. Naturally, I had to stop and admire how fluffy its tail was, right? And that's when I heard the screen door creak open. The customer poked her head out and said, "Everything okay, darling?" Bless my heart. I was so flustered, I dropped the bag of chips. I scrambled to pick them up and said, "Oh, just making sure your eggs are safe." I left feeling like I'd run a marathon, only to realize an hour later that I forgot to take the picture for proof of delivery. ADHD, where the squirrels always win. Oh my God, y'all. Let me tell you something. Substitutes on Instacart orders, in the South especially, are a whole new level of drama, okay? Oh my gosh. I had a lady order Duke's mayo, and when the store was out, I dared to suggest Hellman's. Y'all, the text I got back, it could have scorched the Bible Belt. She says, "Sweetheart, if it ain't Duke's, it ain't mayo. Don't you dare insult my potato salad like that." I apologized so fast, you'd think I was talking to my grandma after breaking her best pie dish. Another time, someone asked for sweet tea, but not too sweet tea. Well, bless it. That's like asking for a thunderstorm that won't get you wet. I stood in the beverage aisle for 10 minutes, debating if I should grab the full sugar, half sugar, or the one labeled Southern Style. With the picture of a mason jar. Yeah, that's what it had. In the end, I just prayed over it, and I grabbed the prettiest label. If they didn't like it, they could call customer service. Just don't call me. Oh my God, y'all. Let me tell you something. Substitutes on Instacart orders, in the South especially, are a whole new level of drama, okay? Oh my gosh. I had a lady order Duke's mayo, and when the store was out, I dared to suggest Hellman's. Y'all, the text I got back, it could have scorched the Bible Belt. She says, "Sweetheart, if it ain't Duke's, it ain't mayo. Don't you dare insult my potato salad like that." I apologized so fast, you'd think I was talking to my grandma after breaking her best pie dish. Another time, someone asked for sweet tea, but not too sweet tea. Well, bless it. That's like asking for a thunderstorm that won't get you wet. I stood in the beverage aisle for 10 minutes, debating if I should grab the full sugar, half sugar, or the one labeled Southern Style. With the picture of a mason jar. Yeah, that's what it had. In the end, I just prayed over it, and I grabbed the prettiest label. If they didn't like it, they could call customer service. just don't call me. Have y'all ever gotten a haunted grocery list? Excuse me. Sometimes Instacart orders feel like they were written by a ghost. I had a customer order 2 ripe avocados, but not too soft. And let me tell you, I was squeezing avocados like I was trying to read their fortune. Then they wanted a watermelon with just the right thump. Sugar, I'm no melon whisperer. I was standing in the produce aisle, tapping watermelons like I was playing the bongos. Boop, boop, boop. At a country band? No. Alrighty, and don't get me started on the folks who think we're psychic. One lady wrote, "Get me the good brand of coffee." Ma'am, what does that mean? Seriously. I grabbed Folgers, Starbucks, and something organic just to cover my bases. When I delivered it, she opened the door, looked at the coffee, and said, "Oh, honey, the good brand is Maxwell House." Bless your heart, but I still tip you. I smiled, nodded, and thought, bless your heart, lady, for thinking Maxwell House is the goodest. Have y'all ever gotten a haunted grocery list? Excuse me. Sometimes Instacart orders feel like they were written by a ghost. I had a customer order 2 ripe avocados, but not too soft. And let me tell you, I was squeezing avocados like I was trying to read their fortune. Then they wanted a watermelon with just the right thump. Sugar, I'm no melon whisperer. I was standing in the produce aisle, tapping watermelons like I was playing the bongos. Boop, boop, boop. At a country band? No. Alrighty, and don't get me started on the folks who think we're psychic. One lady wrote, "Get me the good brand of coffee." Ma'am, what does that mean? Seriously. I grabbed Folgers, Starbucks, and something organic just to cover my bases. When I delivered it, she opened the door, looked at the coffee, and said, "Oh, honey, the good brand is Maxwell House." Bless your heart, but I still tip you. I smiled, nodded, and thought, bless your heart, lady, for thinking Maxwell House is the goodest. Y'all, ADHD and southern directions, alright? Dang it, y'all. Being an Instacart driver with ADHD is like trying to play hide and seek while someone's moving the goalpost. The other day, I had a delivery to a house described as down the gravel road, turn left at the cow pasture, then keep going till you see the red mailbox. Okay, well, bless my heart. That cow pasture had 3 cows, no sign. And there were 4 mailboxes, none of them red. So there I was, driving up and down the road, getting distracted by all the wildflowers. So pretty. And wondering if cows know they're famous on Chick-fil-A billboards. Yeah. When I finally found the house, I'd realized I'd forgotten to hit the arrive button. So the customer called me thinking I'd disappeared. I apologized, of course, dropped off the groceries, and headed back only to realize I left my sunglasses on their porch. Oh, I had to turn around and pray they wouldn't judge me for knocking twice the same day. ADHD, where even simple tasks come with extra laps. Y'all, ADHD and southern directions, alright? Dang it, y'all. Being an Instacart driver with ADHD is like trying to play hide and seek while someone's moving the goalpost. The other day, I had a delivery to a house described as down the gravel road, turn left at the cow pasture, then keep going till you see the red mailbox. Okay, well, bless my heart. That cow pasture had 3 cows, no sign. And there were 4 mailboxes, none of them red. So there I was, driving up and down the road, getting distracted by all the wildflowers. So pretty. And wondering if cows know they're famous on Chick-fil-A billboards. Yeah. When I finally found the house, I'd realized I'd forgotten to hit the arrive button. So the customer called me thinking I'd disappeared. I apologized, of course, dropped off the groceries, and headed back only to realize I left my sunglasses on their porch. Oh, I had to turn around and pray they wouldn't judge me for knocking twice the same day. ADHD, where even simple tasks come with extra laps. Substitutions and spirals. Y'all, substitutions with ADHD are a whole saga. I know we talked about this before, but this is serious, okay? I had one order the other day where a customer wanted a specific brand of vanilla ice cream, but the store was out. I mean, so what do? Instead of just picking another brand, I stood in the freezer aisle Googling best vanilla ice cream brands ranked, right? Which led to a deep dive into the history of ice cream. Did y'all know it used to be a treat only for royalty? Anyway, by the time I picked something, I'd forgotten the rest of the order and had to backtrack to the bread aisle. Then there was the folks who wanted whatever's cheapest, which sends my ADHD brain into a tailspin. Should I grab the store brand or something on sale? What if they hate store brand? What if they're judging me through the app? I ended up texting the customer 3 times to confirm, only for them to reply with, "Just get something, sweetheart." Dang it, I delivered the groceries and spent the whole drive home wondering if I picked the wrong thing. Every day. Substitutions and spirals. Y'all, substitutions with ADHD are a whole saga. I know we talked about this before, but this is serious, okay? I had one order the other day where a customer wanted a specific brand of vanilla ice cream, but the store was out. I mean, so what do? Instead of just picking another brand, I stood in the freezer aisle Googling best vanilla ice cream brands ranked, right? Which led to a deep dive into the history of ice cream. Did y'all know it used to be a treat only for royalty? Anyway, by the time I picked something, I'd forgotten the rest of the order and had to backtrack to the bread aisle. Then there was the folks who wanted whatever's cheapest, which sends my ADHD brain into a tailspin. Should I grab the store brand or something on sale? What if they hate store brand? What if they're judging me through the app? I ended up texting the customer 3 times to confirm, only for them to reply with, "Just get something, sweetheart." Dang it, I delivered the groceries and spent the whole drive home wondering if I picked the wrong thing. Every day. See, now, y'all thought I was joking when I said I'm an Instacart in the South. Look, I think I see a chicken coop. Wait a minute, there's bound to be a cow out there somewhere. Look, y'all look. See, now, y'all thought I was joking when I said I'm an Instacart in the South. Look, I think I see a chicken coop. Wait a minute, there's bound to be a cow out there somewhere. Look, Y'all look! Auditioning for American Ninja Warrior, also called Instacart. Half these houses got porches, okay, that could double as obstacle courses. I had one drop off last week where the porch steps were so rickety, I had to do a test hop to make sure I wouldn't fall through on every one. Then there was the dog. Oh, every southern house has one, of course. He came barreling around the corner like he was protecting the last jug of sweet tea on earth. I held that bag of groceries like it was a peace of offering, whispering, "Good boy, don't bite the bread." When I finally made it to the door, they had one of those handmade signs that said, "Don't mind the mess, y'all. Life's better on the porch." Well, sugar, if life's better out here, why does it smell like catfish bait and old boots? I set the grocery down, turned around, and tripped over a rogue garden gnome, okay? By the time I made it back to the car, I was sweaty, muddy, and pretty sure I deserved that hazard pay. Auditioning for American Ninja Warrior, also called Instacart. Half these houses got porches, okay, that could double as obstacle courses. I had one drop off last week where the porch steps were so rickety, I had to do a test hop to make sure I wouldn't fall through on every one. Then there was the dog. Oh, every southern house has one, of course. He came barreling around the corner like he was protecting the last jug of sweet tea on earth. I held that bag of groceries like it was a peace of offering, whispering, "Good boy, don't bite the bread." When I finally made it to the door, they had one of those handmade signs that said, "Don't mind the mess, y'all. Life's better on the porch." Well, sugar, if life's better out here, why does it smell like catfish bait and old boots? I set the grocery down, turned around, and tripped over a rogue garden gnome, okay? By the time I made it back to the car, I was sweaty, muddy, and pretty sure I deserved that hazard pay. More Instacart, because that's what I do, right? Yeah, shopping for Instacart orders in southern grocery store is a whole sport, okay? The other day, I had an order for 27 items, which doesn't sound too bad, right? Until I saw the list. It was like they just wrote down the contents of their grandma's recipe box. Yeah. 3 pounds of okra, 1 jar of pickled pig's feet, and that special kind of flour from the corner aisle of 7. Well, bless it, aisle 7's got 3 corners and none of them have flour. To make matters worse, I ran into that shopper. You know, the one who treats the grocery store like a high school reunion. Yeah, she stopped by me. I was at the potatoes, and she says, "Oh, honey, are you Mary Ellen's niece? You look just like her." I smiled, bless my heart, and said, "No, ma'am, I'm just trying to find the pimento cheese." 15 minutes later, she told me about her bunion surgery and her neighbor's runaway llama. Haha, llama. Yeah, I almost added a therapy session fee to the order. More Instacart, because that's what I do, right? Yeah, shopping for Instacart orders in southern grocery store is a whole sport, okay? The other day, I had an order for 27 items, which doesn't sound too bad, right? Until I saw the list. It was like they just wrote down the contents of their grandma's recipe box. Yeah. 3 pounds okra, 1 jar of pickled pig's feet, and that special kind of flour from the corner aisle of 7. Well, bless it, aisle 7's got 3 corners and none of them have flour. To make matters worse, I ran into that shopper. You know, the one who treats the grocery store like a high school reunion. Yeah, she stopped by me. I was at the potatoes, and she says, "Oh, honey, are you Mary Ellen's niece? You look just like her." I smiled, bless my heart, and said, "No, ma'am, I'm just trying to find the pimento cheese." 15 minutes later, she told me about her bunion surgery and her neighbor's runaway llama. Haha, llama. Yeah, I almost added a therapy session fee to the order. Lord have mercy, y'all. Instacart shopping with ADHD is like playing detective in a mystery novel that you forgot to finish. I had one list that said fresh tomatoes, ripe avocados, and bread. Seemed easy enough until I got to the produce section and spent 20 minutes squeezing avocados like I was auditioning for the Southern Guacamole Society. And then I saw a sale on peaches. And I got distracted wondering if I should grab some for a cobbler. While debating, I forgot why I was even in the produce aisle, so I ended up buying bananas instead. When I got to the checkout, I realized I'd grabbed gluten-free bread instead of regular and had to run back to fix it. On the way, I saw a bag of trail mix. Looked really good. So naturally, I added it to the cart. By the time I delivered the order, the customer asked, "Darling, where are the tomatoes?" Dang it. I had to admit I'd forgotten them entirely, but at least I had bananas for my own lunch. Yeah, ADHD, where every grocery list is a choose-your-own-adventure. Lord have mercy, y'all. Instacart shopping with ADHD is like playing detective in a mystery novel that you forgot to finish. I had one list that said fresh tomatoes, ripe avocados, and bread. Seemed easy enough until I got to the produce section and spent 20 minutes squeezing avocados like I was auditioning for the Southern Guacamole Society. And then I saw a sale on peaches. And I got distracted wondering if I should grab some for a cobbler. While debating, I forgot why I was even in the produce aisle, so I ended up buying bananas instead. When I got to the checkout, I realized I'd grabbed gluten-free bread instead of regular and had to run back to fix it. On the way, I saw a bag of trail mix. Looked really good. So naturally, I added it to the cart. By the time I delivered the order, the customer asked, "Darling, where are the tomatoes?" Dang it. I had to admit I'd forgotten them entirely, but at least I had bananas for my own lunch. Yeah, ADHD, where every grocery list is a choose-your-own-adventure. Honey, being an Instacart driver in the South is like going on a treasure hunt. Okay? Except the map is written by someone who's never seen a gravel road. I had a delivery the other day that said, "Turn right at the big oak tree, then left after the chicken coop." Now listen, I love me some local charm, okay? But half the trees in this county are big oaks. Yeah. And every yard's got a chicken coop. Every one. Every single one. So there I was, driving in circles, counting roosters, trying not to scare the goats, and praying the Wi-Fi gods would bless my GPS. When I finally found the house, I pulled up to a driveway that looked like it hadn't been paved since Reconstruction, okay? I swear I hit one pothole so deep, I saw the devil waving at me. Just, hi. The customer came out smiling, bless her heart, and said, "Oh, don't mind the bumps, sweetie.
That's how we keep the city folk away." No doubt. Well, ma'am, mission accomplished. I ain't coming back unless you're paying for new shocks on my car. Honey, being an Instacart driver in the South is like going on a treasure hunt. Okay? Except the map is written by someone who's never seen a gravel road. I had a delivery the other day that said, turn right at the big oak tree, then left after the chicken coop. Now listen, I love me some local charm, okay? But half the trees in this county are big oaks. Yeah.
And every yard's got a chicken coop. Every one. Every single one. So there I was, driving in circles, counting roosters, trying not to scare the goats, and praying the Wi-Fi gods would bless my GPS. When I finally found the house, I pulled up to a driveway that looked like it hadn't been paved since Reconstruction, okay? I swear I hit one pothole so deep, I saw the devil waving at me. Just, hi. The customer came out smiling, bless her heart, and said, "Oh, don't mind the bumps, sweetie. That's how we keep the city folk away." No doubt. Well, ma'am, mission accomplished. I ain't coming back unless you're paying for new shocks on my car. Here go my ADHD again. Dang it, y'all. I thought I'd try my hand at a little DIY project, spruce up the house. Pinterest made it look so easy. Make your own farmhouse style wreath in 3 simple steps. 3. Well, sugar, they lied. I started off heading to the craft store for supplies, of course. But as soon as I walked in, I got distracted. The Christmas clearance aisle. 30 minutes later, I'm holding a glittery Santa and wondering if it's too early to start decorating. By the time I remembered the wreath, I couldn't remember what I needed, so I grabbed random things. Fake flowers, burlap, ribbon, and wind chime. No clue. When I got home, I realized I had no idea what I was doing. The glue gun wouldn't cooperate. The ribbon wouldn't stay tied, and the wind chime kept falling off. By the time I finished, my wreath looked a little bit more like a Pinterest fail than a farmhouse masterpiece. Then my husband walks in, took one look, and said, "Well, bless your heart." Y'all, I hung it up anyway. It might not be pretty, but at least it's unique. Kind of like me. Lord have mercy, y'all. Laundry is a battle I will never win. Last Thursday, I finally mustered up the energy to tackle the pile of clothes, threatening to take over my entire bedroom. I grabbed a basket, turned on some music, 'cause that's how I roll. And I made it to the produce aisle, where I saw a watermelon and thought, wouldn't a watermelon salad be cute for a picnic? A box of popsicles and a random pack of batteries. The cashier asked if I'd found everything I needed. I just smiled and said, "Oh, darn it. I forgot the list at home." Y'all, I got home with 0 coffee, no bread, no clue what I am doing with this watermelon. But hey, at least my house smells like autumn spice. Honey, this is not an Instacart skit, but let me tell you, it applies. Even when I'm shopping for myself, which I try not to do. Grocery shopping with ADHD is an Olympic sport, y'all. And I'm barely a bronze medalist, if that. Last week, I went with my own list, okay? 4 things I needed, just 4. Eggs, milk, bread, and coffee. 4. Just 4. Yeah. Simple, right? Dang it. Bless my little heart. The second I walked in, I spotted a sale on candles. Well, I can't resist a good candle, so I spent 15 minutes sniffing every jar like I was auditioning for Southern Nose. Then I made it to the produce aisle, where I saw a watermelon and thought, wouldn't a watermelon salad be cute for a picnic? Oh, hi, sorry. Yeah, never mind. I had no picnic plans. Into the cart it went. By the time I got to check out, my cart looked like a game of Mad Libs. 2 candles. 2. 1 watermelon. A box of popsicles. And a random pack of batteries. The cashier asked if I'd found everything I needed. I just smiled and said, oh, darn it. I forgot the list at home. Y'all, I got home with 0 coffee, no bread, no clue what I am doing with this watermelon. But hey, at least my house smells like autumn spice. Oh, let me sit down here a minute. Y'all, ADHD and cooking don't mix. Especially not in Texas, okay? Food here is practically a love language. Last weekend, I decided I'd make a big old Sunday supper. Fried chicken, mashed potatoes. Yeah, Granny's fried chicken again. Cornbread, the works. I started out strong. I did. Got the chicken in the skillet. Went to grab the spices. Well, the spice rack was looking real sad. So naturally, I decided to rearrange it alphabetically. Yeah, alphabetically. I can talk. While alphabetizing, I found an unopened bag of grits. Sad. That got me thinking about breakfast. And the next thing I know, I'm Googling best shrimp and grits recipe, while the chicken smokes like a firebomb. By the time the smoke alarm went off, I'd completely forgotten I was cooking at all. The cornbread batter was still sitting in the bowl. Potatoes hadn't even been peeled, and the skillet was looking like a crime scene. I ended up ordering pizza while my kitchen smells like burnt dreams. Bless my heart. I just wanted to make Granny proud. But hey, at least I learned a new shrimp and grits recipe, right? If only I could remember to write it down. Oh, let me sit down here a minute. Y'all, ADHD and cooking don't mix. Especially not in Texas, okay? Food here is practically a love language. Last weekend, I decided I'd make a big old Sunday supper. Fried chicken, mashed potatoes. Yeah, Granny's fried chicken again. Cornbread, the works. I started out strong. I did. Got the chicken in the skillet. Went to grab the spices. Well, the spice rack was looking real sad. So naturally, I decided to rearrange it alphabetically. Yeah, alphabetically. I can talk. While alphabetizing, I found an unopened bag of grits. Sad. That got me thinking about breakfast. And the next thing I know, I'm Googling best shrimp and grits recipe, while the chicken smokes like a firebomb. By the time the smoke alarm went off, I'd completely forgotten I was cooking at all. The cornbread batter was still sitting in the bowl. Potatoes hadn't even been peeled, and the skillet was looking like a crime scene. I ended up ordering pizza while my kitchen smells like burnt dreams. Bless my heart. I just wanted to make Granny proud. But hey, at least I learned a new shrimp and grits recipe, right? If only I could remember to write it down. Dang it, y'all. I really thought having a fancy little binder planner would fix my life. You know, the kind color-coded, full of stickers, and about, I don't know, 18 sections I'd never use. I sat down with the best of intentions, determined to organize my week like one of those Pinterest perfect folks. Monday started strong. Clean the house, pay the bills, go to the gym, but then I found the sticker section. Honey, that's when it all went downhill. Suddenly, I wasn't planning my week. I was creating a masterpiece worthy of framing. Glitter stickers, here, there, motivational quotes, there, here. And before I knew it, 2 hours had passed, and I hadn't written down a single to-do. By the time I snapped back to reality, I'd forgotten what I was supposed to do in the first place. Yeah. So now, I've got the prettiest planner this side of the Mason-Dixon line, but bless my scattered soul, I still can't tell you what's happening tomorrow. Turns out, ADHD don't care how pretty your schedule looks if you never actually read it. But hey, at least I've got an award-winning sticker collection now. Dang it, y'all. I really thought having a fancy little binder planner would fix my life. You know, the kind color-coded, full of stickers, and about, I don't know, 18 sections I'd never use. I sat down with the best of intentions, determined to organize my week like one of those Pinterest perfect folks. Monday started strong. Clean the house, pay the bills, go to the gym, but then I found the sticker section. Honey, that's when it all went downhill. Suddenly, I wasn't planning my week. I was creating a masterpiece worthy of framing. Glitter stickers, here, there, motivational quotes, there, here. And before I knew it, 2 hours had passed, and I hadn't written down a single to-do. By the time I snapped back to reality, I'd forgotten what I was supposed to do in the first place. Yeah. So now, I've got the prettiest planner this side of the Mason-Dixon line, but bless my scattered soul, I still can't tell you what's happening tomorrow. Turns out, ADHD don't care how pretty your schedule looks if you never actually read it. But hey, at least I've got an award-winning sticker collection now. You know, ADHD is like a Texas rainstorm. Unpredictable, a whole lot of mess.